lock yourself out of the website, Elmer helps you get unlocked from the website. So, you're good guys. And then Ryan Meeks, our treasurer. How far are you? You're done? Okay, perfect. No, just go. We're going to go with it. So the first official business that we have this evening is approving our minutes from our last AGM. And so luckily Rachel at the last moment here was able to throw the minutes into some slides so that way we could actually project it, because we're struggling with being able to do anything but the, oh, I see. You want to go back to the agenda for a second? That is our agenda for this evening. So we have several items to get through, but we hope to have you out of here within 90 minutes is the goal here. So first thing is to look at the minutes from the last meeting. I hope all of you brought your telescopes so that you will be able to read them. But if anybody wants to get closer to it or Jonathan is streaming it live on Facebook, so you can go to Facebook and actually see it from that venue as well. But otherwise, if any of you feel like you need to get up closer in regards to the minutes, it really goes through the elections of our officers that I just introduced, as well as the individuals that we recognize for their achievements and our recognition that we'll do again this evening. Anybody have any questions? Go ahead and go back. Any questions, comments about the minutes you can't see? Anybody concerned about approving minutes that you cannot see? Okay.
Can I move to approve the minutes?
You can move to approve the minutes.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Perfect. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Okay, we'll approve the minutes as written. Okay, you can hit my next one for me. So it's kind of exciting to actually be at this meeting in person. It's been 4 years since we've had a in-person AGM. I appreciate all of you taking time out to come this evening. So first thing on our agenda is to cover our harassment policy. And so it's important that all of us know that we have a harassment policy, which helps to inform our members that if they feel like they're being harassed in the capacities of being a Northwest Soccer officials and performing duties in that responsibility, you do have venues in which you should be reporting that harassment. So you want to hit the next. And in the harassment policy, we talk about it from ethnicity, gender, age, etc. Anywhere where you feel that you've been put in a situation that you are not feeling comfortable, that you should go to either one, your assigner and work through your assigner, or two, you should feel like you can go to any of the board members and report it there. I actually had a 14-year-old referee reach out to me about 3 weeks ago in regards to some comments that a coach had made to a player on the field that was to do with ethnicity, and it made the referee feel very uncomfortable at 14 years old. After the game, he actually reached out to me. He texted me and said, hey, I had this incident. I felt that it was inappropriate, and I feel like it needs to be dealt with. And it was fantastic. I worked through, it actually happened at the Winter Classic. I worked through the tournament director to get over to the club leadership, and that club leadership acknowledged receiving it, and that they would reach out to that coach and make sure the coach understood that that was unacceptable behavior. So it's a great way, and I just want to demonstrate that those things are taken seriously at all levels. And so please, if you have that instance happen with you, please report it, because what we permit, we promote. And so we as referees have to help change the game that we officiate. Anybody have any questions about the harassment policy? Okay, we're good to move to the next. Travel sponsorship for regional events. So NSO does have a policy. You'll find a lot of the information that we're talking about tonight underneath the information tab on the NSO website, and then documents. Okay, under there's a sponsorship policy, and it talks about if you go to a regional event in which you have to travel for. So Northwest Conference National League this weekend does not count as a regional event that you had to travel for, okay? But if you end up going to regionals, President's Cup or Far West Regionals, we do provide sponsorship. If you do 50 games for NSO that previous year, we give you $100. If you did 200 games for NSO in that previous year, we'll give you $500. It's just a way in which we want to recognize those referees that, one, contribute to the organization, and two, have those opportunities to travel regionally and be able to help them out in regards to those costs. Any questions on the sponsorship policy?
If I go to an ECNL showcase event, does that qualify?
No, that would not qualify. Is it? Oh, okay, yes, the ECNL events would qualify.
I know, because I got money from it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
There's been a lot of questions that come up, like if you choose to go to a local tournament, like somewhere else.
Yes.
It's like it's like a Crossfire Challenge or a regional challenge type thing. That's not considered a regional showcase event, but ECNL and West Max, like they do those types of things. It's popular.
So yeah, big difference between out-of-state tournament and regional tournament, because out-of-state could be anything, and regional is more important.
Okay, any other questions on sponsorship? Okay. Safe sports and electronic communications. So I know everybody here has completed their, well, at least if you're 18 and older, you've completed your safe sports training from a adult perspective. Just want to remind everybody, when we have electronic communication between adult and minors, we have to have 2 adults in that conversation. So any of you who are minors probably notice that when you get communications from assigners, you are getting another person involved in that communication. I would appreciate for those minors that when you're communicating with your assigners who are adults, if you include another adult in that conversation. You can either include your parents or you can include another assigner in that communication. Otherwise, what happens is when you just reach out to the assigner directly, they've got to do some copying and pasting, they've got to find another person, add them to the communications, and then respond to you. So if you include a parent or an assigner on there, it'll just make our responses a little bit faster. Go ahead and hit the next one. Yep.
Question about that. If you're on a crew looking for a couple of your ARs, it's not immediately clear from the website if someone's a minor or not.
Yeah.
Is there any safeguard for that, or is it okay to just text your crew and hope that you're complying?
What I do is if I'm not sure the ages of the people that I am communicating with, I put on another assigner to make sure that I'm safe. You should feel free that if you're communicating with your crew, especially when it's a youth game, I'm going to guess 90% of the time you're going to have a youth, or at least one, if not 2, on your game. Just put the assigner on there or anybody on there to protect yourself. Yeah, I almost said that and then I refrained.
Yeah. It's implied. Implied.
Loves emails.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead and hit the next slide for me.
So it's actually a question I had as an assigner. I'll get sometimes emails from the youth asking about a game. And then I can look at their profile as an assigner, and often they'll have a parent email or secretary email, so I know who to look at. But in the absence of that, I just have that person's email. How do you, because I'm sort of hesitant.
I know.
Because I know how much email.
We got to find somebody. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
fine
mean,
with
who
it.
should he default to if we just need another role?
Yeah, because I know Ryan adds me to a lot of his communications because it's the person he had. I'm like Rachel and I do a lot of our signing together, so we put each other on it. Or Sugi. So any questions about the electronic communication? Any electronic communication that is between youth and Suhi really likes it when you have pictures in your profile. Okay?
I do.
I know. I do too.
We do.
And for those of you that are youth referees, we like to get an updated one every couple of years. The one when you're 13 that you put in when you started, you quite don't look the same when you've turned 16. So updated pictures is appreciated. So it's important to put some information about you, and as you progress as a referee, to update that information, because as assigners, we go in to look to get information from there about your experience. It's one of our ways to look. We also have in your profile an emergency contact. And that emergency contact is there, so if something happens at the field and we want to be able to reach out to somebody because you unfortunately have been taken to the hospital, we want to be able to call somebody to say, hey, Richard went to the hospital, Jennifer, you might want to go and be there with him. So that's what that's really there for. It's also useful for minors by putting your parents' names in there and their email addresses. That gives us the ability to be able to email the parents when we have communications. Okay, perfect. NSO merchandise. So Bruce has done a fantastic job of setting us up with ProTime to be able to purchase NSO merchandise. And tonight, we're actually going to give it away as some of our prizes. I encourage you that if you want NSO merchandise, and look at that, Bruce has even got a nice polo on. Yeah, for us. Oh, Bruce! If you go to the website under the What's New, you'll be able to see the NSO online store. Just click on that arrow, and you can purchase many different things: polos, pullovers, jackets, beanies, etc.
And Richard. Oh, go ahead, Bruce.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Got it?
Yeah.
So even if you can find on the website, but I want something else, let me know. They have so many different style and so many different stuff, but I don't want to put many of them because of it's hard to choose, right? So that's why I put just the basic stuff. But if you like to get more other stuff, let me know, and I'll find out and then put on the website.
So, Bruce, why don't we give away a couple door prizes now?
Okay. So everybody has a ticket?
See. Now, if you win it, it's rigged. You're, exactly. It's all rigged.
It's a good time to get pizza if you wanted refills on pizza. There's also water up here.
Even a board member?
If you do not have a ticket, get one from Bruce.
I told you I could have parked the senior.
Oh, there's a cord there. That doesn't work.
Bruce is a better model than I am. Pizza, taco pizza. Taco pizza.
Will you? Yeah, will you send me an email because I'm going to get it. It's down on paper. You can do U10, or you can do U1.
I mean, I gave him my money back.
Just send me a text or an email.
Sure.
I'm glad I got the rest covered.
Well, one of the games I didn't have one, but it went over. The first one, the 9 a.m. didn't.
The 9. Oh, okay. Oh, good.
So we're gonna pick the item or?
No, we're gonna let them go choose.
They loaded on a 5 for me.
Okay, I need a one volunteer to pick the ticket. Hold your eye.
Not him. Shake it. Pick mine, please, Coach.
Here we go.
it loud, Cody. Use your referee voice. You better not pick jizz.
03605
I was one digit up. Jizz.
12 away.
You got it? All right.
Nice, nice.
Whatever you want, just take the whole thing.
Okay, next, let's do some introductions of the assigners. So I know that many of you converse with many different assigners and maybe never have actually seen them in person. And so if each assigner wants to introduce themselves and what clubs they assign for, that would be fantastic. And we'll start with Suki.
Let's go. Let's go.
So I assigned for Washington Premier and Titans FC, who are now is kind of known as Western Washington Surf. That'll be more official as we towards May and June. So that's what I signed for. So basically, I'll cover anywhere in Puyallup, Southfield, Puyallup, Snohomish County, in between. And then on the side note, third weekend in February, the Titans will host their own tournament at Starfire. That's the sponsor one. So it'll be a full-size tournament at Starfire the third weekend in February. So FYI, I'd love to have all you guys out there. Yeah, I'll be assigned.
We literally were asking about it.
Okay, Ryan, only if Monty shows up. I'll be at that tournament.
Yep, Ryan Meeks, and I assigned for Eastside out of Preston, and OL Rain, which plays in North SeaTac and at Bellevue College. Actually, I say Eastside. Eastside's in Bellevue now as well. And then Normandy Park, we got a couple of teams there that are out, obviously playing mostly in North SeaTac. Some older teams, so. And then high school, of course. So basically, involved in high school officiating as well. We'd love to have you out there. I have no tournaments that time.
Hi, I'm Mike Rivers. I work with North Tacoma Soccer Club. So Smart is their select side, NorTac is their rec side. So just that small geography, that's all I can.
So, Mike joined with his club just about a year ago now.
Yeah, just over a year.
Yeah, so it's another great example of where they approached NSO and said, hey, we would like to talk about being able to use your services. We've heard good things about what coverage you provide soccer clubs, and so Ray's made the move last year, and I think you're relatively happy.
Browse and success.
Okay, Bruce, we're gonna pull another one.
Okay, who's gonna do it?
I'm gonna get him.
Last three digits, 073. 073. What's this guy? All right.
Okay, we'll do one more. Bruce, we can do one more. successful for our area, and then also have Cascadia Premier League. Hopefully, in talking through this tonight, you saw how we have clubs that utilize our services from Rec, Select, RCL, ECNL, and adult games. So NSO is able to provide you as officials games from where you start day one, kind of in that Rec Development League, all the way to the adult league in which you can use those games to be able to obtain your regional badge. And so we have really worked hard to provide those different clubs to provide you as officials the whole package in one place. And again, because you provide such great coverage, such good professionalism, and you provide a good product on the field, we have people that want to work with us. So, oh, look at that, you even went to that. So there's the youth clubs that we assigned for. The Zips, who aren't here tonight, they assigned for MRFC. Liverpool, I still can't get from ISC Gunners to Liverpool. I'm trying. And then Auburn Parks. And then Bruce, do you want to introduce yourself as your assigner for your club?
My name is Bruce. I'm assigned the Des Moines red game, the level ones. But it's good for the new employees, or even you have experience, but you get tired of yelling people, parents, then you need to take a break. So those type of people get into my game. No stress or no pressure or anything. Just have fun. You don't have to not eat.
I like that part.
Thank you.
Already.
Really
And then you want to hit the next slide for our adult clubs.
Oh, Craig. Yes, we can.
Oh, I guess I can. Craig Allen, who's not here this evening either, he assigns for Washington Premier League. Okay, so Washington Premier League, and under that, he has the Development League, which is the U9, U10, and Starfire. Those are great games, and I bet you a lot of us in this room started our referee career on those games. And then he assigns all of WPL's state cups. So the state cups that they have for the whole WPL program. Okay, before we hit the executive director, let's do a couple more prizes. So on the back table with our prizes tonight, we have the NSO merchandise, so it'll be nice to see some more referees wearing that around. But I also want to thank Tyler Lipton for the Sounders gear that's back there on the back table. So Tyler was able to get Sounders gear donated and wanted to be able to bring it to attract more officials to our event here. Tyler's also the one that helps with getting free tickets to the games down at Starfire for Defiance. I know, I was going to go. They changed their name a few times, so for Defiance. And so I know we're hoping again, we'll make that happen again for this next year, and be able to, anytime you want to go out and watch one of those games for free, he's able to hook you up. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, just text me, let me know, and I'll be guys. If you want to go to see the referees at Newman, let me know.
Okay, we're going to do another one.
Okay. Oh, God.
with questions after
064. Not me. Going once.
Nope.
Going twice. Oh, we got one.
Smart, very smart.
I'll allow it.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
All right. He's leaving now.
Okay, so next we're going to hit through the health of Northwest soccer officials real quickly. Go ahead and hit the next slide. Oh, we already went through that. Okay, so here's the high school clients that we serve out of Northwest Soccer Officials. Anybody who's over the age 16 and older, we are always looking for high school officials. It's a great atmosphere to officiate in. You get to do games under the lights in a full stadium and have lots of people yelling and screaming at you. And the nice thing though is they're far enough away that you really don't care. That's right. So, and then we have lots of middle school games. So especially those of you that are 16 or older, we have middle school games, which I know you do a lot of those. What would you equate that to in level of our youth games on the weekend? U14?
Basic rack on down.
Yeah, they're pretty laid back games, pretty easy to do, make some pretty good money. You get
$70, baby.
That's right, $70.
$70 you can pay in 4 days. You're more of a coach than a referee.
Yeah.
It's a fun service.
Okay, go ahead and next slide. And then there's our adult clients that we serve. This didn't show up very good. Pardon? I know you can, but nobody else can.
Remember, we're blind. We're referees, we're blind. We can't see it.
Oops. Go back. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see the green line, right? So this is the number of games that we've had on Northwest Soccer Officials. And we start back here in 2017 at about 7,000 games. You'll see that in 2020, we were barely able to get over the 2,000 game mark, but we did make it over the 2,000 game mark. But you'll see that once soccer came back, you can see that within NSO, our trajectory of the increase in the amount of games that we are servicing in the Puget Sound area has grown tremendously. And this year, we're ending at over 15,000 games signed off of Northwest Soccer Officials. So that's pretty cool. Go ahead, next slide. So, you know, it's not always just about the number of games, because in order to attract clubs to get our services, we need to provide good coverage. And that is a lot of why clubs look at our services. This here is the percentage of games that are not covered, okay? This bottom line is in regards to the percentage of how many games had no referee on it as well. 2020 was an awesome year. We had about 2 months worth of games, and we had 0 games go without not having a referee. So 100% coverage. It was great. We weren't going to be able to keep up with that. You will see that though it dipped up above 2%. As we all know, when we got back from COVID, it was rough. We lost a lot of good officials, and we lost a whole year of recruiting of officials. And so I know a lot of us in this room really worked hard to try to serve the game and get games covered. But we did hit up over that 2%. But you'll see we're now back down, and our goal as a board and as an association is to only have 0.5% of our games not have a referee on it. And we have achieved that in the last 2 years. So we are right there at that 0.5%. And then the other one is in regards to how many games don't have a full crew. And again, we're always trying to stay at having 98% of our games having a full crew, which is where we were prior to the pandemic, hovering on that 2% line. And we've actually now dipped down below it again between 2022 and 2023. We've only had 1% of all of our games that didn't have a full crew on it. So I really appreciate everybody's time and energy in getting games covered and doing those extra games when your assigners reach out because somebody isn't able to do it because they got sick or etc. Okay, go ahead and hit the next one. In order for us to be able to sustain this growth, we have to really look at our registration numbers. And so that is something that the board looks at on a monthly basis to figure out, do we have enough new referee clinics being scheduled? Are they in our area so that way interested individuals can sign up and go through the class? We do a lot of outreach through the assigners to all of our different clubs of advertising the new entry-level clinics that are coming up. And I know a lot of you in this room probably are out there recruiting family, friends, or your teammates to come out and be officials. And so this graph shows, we kind of track this in two numbers. One is the number of registered referees on the Northwest Soccer Officials website. And our second number has always been how many referees are registered in the South King County area on the SRC website. And that's a number that I think this year as a board we've got to look at expanding because of how much presence we have beyond just the South King County area to be able to give us a better metric, but that's something we'll work on with the new board. But you'll see that back in 2017, we had about 1,500 referees that were registered on the NSO website, so that green light is on the NSO website. And you will see that at the end of 2023, we've almost reached 2,500 registered referees that are, for 23 that are on our site. And I think that we've had to reach out to other areas because of where our clients are. You'll see that our SRC numbers, or those that are registered in the South King County area, we're not doing as well at. We started up over the 1,000 mark back in 2017, and we're slowly kind of creeping back up to that. We kind of dipped even before the pandemic in 2020 in regards to our numbers, but we are starting to move upwards in that trajectory. So hopefully, for those of you, you are one of our biggest advocates in regards to recruitment of referees, and so please, please advocate for people that you know that would make good referees to come out and go through the class and come out and officiate. As all of you know, the great thing about officiating is that it's around your schedule, and so you're able to go up and sign up for games when you got the time to do it. And it's very nice for those of you that play soccer because you can do it around your game schedule and not have to negotiate with an employer about your time off to go play soccer. Go ahead, hit the next one. And then this is our total income for the last, since 2014. And I think this is a big piece that you'll see here. Back in 2014, we actually were bringing in about $600,000 a year is where we started. And you'll see that we were slowly moving up, and by 2019, we were almost at the $1 million mark as an organization. We kind of dropped off with no soccer games. 2020, we didn't have any games, but by 2022, we were already back up to that $1 million mark. And this year, in 2023, we've actually are up to about almost $1.5 million. So that's huge growth for an organization that has 3 individuals that really is contracted to be able to provide the infrastructure between Elmer, Ryan, and myself to be able to help make sure this organization runs day in and day out. And that way, the technology's there, and we're able to get people onto the website, as well as us continuing to be able to advocate with our clients to provide good services, recruit more referees. So the last 3 years, we've increased by $100,000 each year on our income. Any questions about any of those statistics that we kind of jumped through? Yep.
How many games does the median referee do if you rack them all up, if you know that?
Anybody? I know the board just spent last Monday going through referee counts. I don't know what a median is.
80 maybe?
You think 80?
Yeah, average. Or saying average or median? Median, average, or
median?
Median.
Yeah.
8, no, 80, 90.
Anybody got a dartboard?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's got a dartboard? I mean, like personally, like I do like 300-ish games a year, but that's
You're an outlier. We're not built like you, Colin.
Yeah, outlier. Hey, so those middle school games, man.
We'll take it back. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, do you want to do a couple more prizes?
No more questions.
Do it all the time.
Okay, you gotta talk louder.
072.
072.
072. All right, I already drew something, so pick another number.
Oh.
072.
Again?
Huh? How many 072s do we got?
072.
No,
So that's the only
pick a new
one.
one. Yeah, no, pick a different number.
Yeah, you already got
Yeah,
one.
seriously.
Go get one. Go get
I
one.
already got something. It's fine. Pick a different number.
He's donating. He's donating the selection.
Oh, you wanted to use your.
Okay, first do another one.
All right, what we got?
042.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, any other questions about the material so far? No median questions though. That's too much.
Sorry, Nick.
We'll sort it.
That take a while to figure out.
Something that we started, I think a year ago. Did we start the?
Yeah, been doing it for a year.
We started a year ago the NSO monthly Zoom meetings, and it's been a bigger success than I thought it would. We get anywhere from 30 to 70 referees to join us on Monday nights at 7 o'clock for an hour Zoom meeting. Depending upon the month, we've had different topics. We've even had people make requests for items to be covered, and we find some material for that the following month. So just wanted to, we've stuck with the virtual of these meetings. We want it to be convenient, so people aren't having to travel somewhere, and yet give you an opportunity to be able to learn some information. And then we always have a part of it with questions. So encourage you, if you haven't participated before, to participate in the future. Next slide. Talking about upcoming trainings. So for those of you who are not referee advanced yet, the SRC does provide a quarterly meeting. So any of you who are interested in getting that additional training of being referee advanced, that is a good class to take. That class is really good for those officials that are officiating at the high school age and older. I will tell you that it kind of gets marketed as training for the adults, but I think that a lot of the tactics that are taught in that we see in our high school age games, so it is beneficial. And as many of you know, if you do complete the referee advanced class, that does help bump up your ranking, so you then have more opportunities to be able to self-assign to games on the NSO website. Fitness test is another way to increase your ranking on the website to get more self-assigned exposure. Fitness test, I think the next one will probably be the first weekend in March, Wayne?
March 17th at Highline High School.
Okay, March 17th. Everybody will be wearing green.
Hopefully they won't turn green.
That's a good one.
A fitness test is required to get really the only thing you need it for from a referee perspective is to become a regional referee. But again, we do value those that can pass the fitness test, and that helps to increase your rankings. And Wayne did a fantastic job last year of getting us a fitness test at least once a quarter. And so I know that's the plan again.
It'll also be at the RDA.
It'll be at the RDA. Yep. So that's perfect. And a couple more here. February 26th is our high school rules clinic on Zoom. So that's a good training to attend if you're doing high school games. It's applicable to anybody based on what we talk about there as well. So if you don't do high school games, you'll still get something out of it. We have some clarifications that we need to make as we start the boys season, because as you all know, the boys season's a little bit more exciting than the girls, because the players are a little bit more passionate, or just have more testosterone.
Very diplomatic.
I hate putting you on the spot, Wayne, but is there a plan for pro clinic?
March 23rd
March 23rd for a pro clinic?
at Highline High School.
Okay, perfect. So that's a great class. Usually they're looking at officials that are referee advanced and higher.
It's kind of continuing
so that's a great training to go to kind of get directly from Pro and USSF in regards to the areas of emphasis on the game and any of the rule changes that have occurred in interpretations there. Sounders Day is an event that gets scheduled that happens before one of the Sounders games. So we get to go out there onto the field, do a field session, and then have access to some discounted tickets for the game that evening. There has not been a date set for that yet. So far.
Probably be in April.
Okay.
The one in March, they have a game, 12:30.
Yeah. And then lastly is RDA. RDA is the last weekend of July. RDA is the Referee Development Academy. It takes place at Central Washington University. It's a great event. The SRC brings in some national speakers. You get to spend the weekend with all your fellow referees and gain a lot of knowledge and network with a lot of different people. So it's a great event to go out to and participate in. Any questions on upcoming trainings? Okay. Let's do some more prizes.
Yep. Going back to our thing, just in the college dorm.
040. Oh. 040.
Yay. Rose.
Is it bouncing right around? I'm 4-6.
4-4.
Okay, another one, Bruce.
No.
020. I mean 020. That's brilliant right there.
She knew. Okay, one more, Bruce. You can do another one.
She knew what to pick.
Okay, 058.
Yay. Young better.
Okay,
yeah.
so next
Good, I'm
on
so
the
sick.
agenda is to do quick officer reports from each of our officers, give them an opportunity to share any information that they want from their perspective. And our president, Jeremy, will start us off.
Hey, I guess technically outgoing president.
I'm sorry.
For a little.
No, went to full regional emeritus this year because I'm old and I just want to run and not get assessed. But no, it's cool. Excited to continue with that, my journey as a referee, do a little bit more mentoring. My biggest target as I came on in the presidency for the last few years, now it's been 3 years, was to help grow the association. Meaning making sure that we have the game count, the game coverage that we need, and that people want to continue to come in and be part of our association so that essentially, I've always thought about it, it's like NSO could be the Amazon of Washington State refereeing. Now, it's not like we're going to go actively try and come be with us. We're like, hey, we can provide this for you if you're interested. Come over and assign on our platform. We can provide a referee. So no matter where you live, you can service your game and do a really great job with this. So really proud of that, and I know there's a lot of work yet to be done. So we'll see what happens. All right, I think that's the update for 2023. Thank you.
Let's go.
Okay, Suhi.
I've got nothing to report.
It's an option.
I don't know what Jeremy like to do.
Oh, Director of Instruction. I knew I was missing an officer earlier. Taylor Vance is the Director of Instruction. He's done a great job of working on trying to get us some good national speakers for our Zoom meetings. I think some of you may have attended, I think in September, when we had Karen on our Zoom meeting. So the other great thing is if you've missed any of the Zoom meetings, they're recorded. And so you can go back and look at them on our YouTube channel. So, Director of Recruitment and Retention, Bruce.
Yeah.
Anything you want to report?
The report?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I don't think not too much. You guys did a good job, and more people coming in, and we have scheduled at least like 9 new clinic next couple months. So hopefully more people coming, and if you know anybody who's interested, appreciate the soccer game, just encourage to come on in. Every family.
And buy more merch, right, Bruce?
Yes.
Buy more merch.
Thank you.
Okay, Jonathan, Director of Mentoring.
Okay, so my goal this year, because we mentored the most games in NSO history this year, so about 190 games, so bar's not set super high. The goal to get even higher than that is that every new referee that comes in, we try and get a mentor on their first game. So whether that be they're on the line or whether they're in the center, try and be there to support them and keep them around.
Okay, Jonathan.
Okay. Hi. Like, comment, and subscribe, please, and make sure that you're keeping informed on our Facebook and our Instagram. That's basically how we're doing things, and through our emails as well. Thank you.
Good. Cody is our Director of Referee Academy, who couldn't make it this evening. He did have a presentation he was going to do for everyone tonight, as he has revitalized our Referee Academy program. And so we will provide on the February Zoom meeting, Cody will provide that presentation and the information about the Referee Academy. So if that's something that interests you, it's really a program that's trying to help those officials who want to advance their referee career. It gives them the support system to help them in that journey. So if that's something that interests you, tune in live at the end of February or listen to the recording afterwards. But Cody will go through that a little bit. Now, Colin, your turn.
Oh boy. No, it's been fun serving with these guys. I mean, Richard, Jeremy, all the board's been great to work with, and yeah, I'm just here to take notes and look pretty. So, no, I think that's all I got.
Good job, Colin.
Thank you. Yeah.
None of our directors at large are here this evening, and so we do have one of our youth representatives. So, Ethan, anything you want to?
All those newsletters you guys have received this year has been spearheaded by me. Looking forward to bringing some more of those to you guys in the coming years. We try to push them out quarterly this year. Thank you.
Yeah, you're in charge now. Elmer, anything you wanted to talk about as our webmaster?
Just, if you guys have to change your password and you're logged into your phone, your laptop, your computers, just make sure you log out of everything before you change your password. Really makes it better for you to not lock your account when you try to access it from a different device. We are going to work on getting our FAQs updated this year, so that's a goal for me to get that organized on the site. So if you guys have any broken links or you guys need anything, just email me at the webmaster at NSO. So.
I want to thank Elmer for all the work that he does. As you can imagine, as an association that continues to grow, our costs can also grow with them as well. And the model that our vendor with Bridgestar uses is based on how much data is stored and how much usage of users. And Elmer does a nice job of keep purging that data to be able to keep our costs down in regards to our web fees. So that's I appreciate that, Elmer. And then Ryan as our treasurer for his report.
All right. I'm gonna move quick. I have a leaky roof in the house.
Oh, no.
I'll be talking to you in a second. Go ahead. Do you have the reports up?
No.
Did you send them to me? I did.
Yeah, go ahead. We're pulling them
I don't know if it will work.
I left one. I left.
up.
Do a prize.
Yeah, prize.
Do a prize.
Prize time.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Kill some prize.
Emergency. Prize time.
You gotta punch some numbers.
Stuff wasn't showing.
Carry the one. Yeah, yeah, that's right, yeah. Move someone else's accounting ratio.
Go 7-1.
Oh, you're trying to move over there.
Pizza break. Oh.
Zero 5-5. Hey! Woo! It's proof right there.
Okay.
So do I get to win something? Do I win something? All right.
Oh, no.
I won something. Over here?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so you get beanies.
Nice prizes.
Yeah. That's a cool jersey with
It
the
is.
stars. That's cool.
Nice.
Props to everyone. All right. I don't want to grab this. I want to do that, but that's a large. So I'm going to do.
This one's a small,
This is, it is?
isn't it?
I see.
Oh,
Oh, it's
large.
Large, yeah. I'm going to do a medium on this. Oh. Look at that.
Zero, two, one.
Sweet. Colin, got a half zip. Look at that. Got my half zip. Probably don't give it to. Looks. Is it women's? It is. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna. I gotta ask Bruce. It's a women's. Bruce, I pick out a women's. Can I change it out?
Oh, really?
I pick. I'll get my polo.
Zero, three, five.
Okay. Ryan's going to board you for some financial data.
That's the ladies. Watch out. Oh. I picked the wrong one. Not the pants. The half zip is. Are you taking that one?
Or just get him a shirt, or you can get this for yourself. Sounds or something.
I'm taking this unless you take that. You take that, I'm taking this. Right. It's all good.
In October, we made some adjustments for this next year to make sure that we have enough cash in the account, to be able to keep those payrolls on cycle. But we did have a little hiccup for one weekend in each of those 2 months, where we just brought in record revenue in the fall, adding an east side. We didn't plan for that. So, but overall, financials are healthy. This is our 2023 statement. So, as we alluded to, 1.478 in total revenue. That's before expenses. And then, down in our expenses area, it's, our categories have not really changed significantly. We did add marketing this last year. Taxes are going through the roof. And so that has skyrocketed. That's probably the biggest increase, in addition to insurance. This year is going to be a shopping year before we renew, because we've had the same company probably for 5 years. And so they're just incrementally increasing, so it's time to price it out. But the B&O tax is obviously, once you go over that $1 million threshold, the rate goes up. And then we also do R&L and I. And we're one of the few chapters in the state, I think, that pays B&O tax. Because everyone else hasn't figured it out yet. But they will learn really hard.
Of that total, of the 1.4, how much is paid out in referee pay?
In referee pay,
Yep.
1.216. Yeah.
So basically
That's the majority of.
that's $400,000.
Or
$200,000.
Yeah.
Almost, for
Taxes.
For the running of it.
For the running, yes, expenses, yes.
And $100,000 to operate the organization.
Yeah.
And why it's over there like it's minus 800 something? That's like
Minus 802, net income. So in December, we paid referees. In January, we
oh,
billed
okay.
clients.
So the new year, it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The goal is to break even.
No, it breaks even, but with the report of the year closing,
Yeah.
you do all the financing, all the payments, and then you come up starting the new year
Correct.
with less, yes,
Yeah.
which is going to be incomes.
It's a
Yep.
date difference, basically.
Yeah. It's cash basis, so it's, I time it to make sure that works out. I'm trying to think if there's any other, bank fees have obviously increased because we're paying more frequently. That's the other thing that increased this last year, when you're paying twice a month. Each of the ACH payments have a transaction fee, right? So that just increased a bit. And that's in the payment processing fee area. Any questions other than what the city had? Okay, we're good. So balance sheet, we have gone to the concept of, because in a given month we're paying out, like in October, I think I paid out $180,000, right? And so as a nonprofit, we typically don't have that in our bank every month, so we've gone to we have retainers with a lot of our clients, right? Where it's like prepaying, and it also helps us maintain compliance with the pass-through law that was passed many years ago. But so that's how we maintain our cash flow. But our total cash balance, if all receivables came in, would be roughly 133, I think is what it is now.
Those really are probably some of our biggest advocates and information gatherers to be able to help move the organization forward. Any questions about the directors at large?
Attend the board meetings, please.
Pardon?
There's a tie. What's a tiebreaker?
We get to vote again.
We will. Points, I like that. Heads or tails? Flip the coin.
Okay, I'll open the floor for nominations. Colin.
I would like to nominate Brad Bjorn for Director of Arts position.
Brad, do you accept the nomination?
I thought you wanted to do the PowerPoint.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Justin Rose and Rod. Well, Justin Rose and then Rod.
Okay. Second? Okay, so we have Justin and Roz. Okay, do you both accept? I accept. Okay.
I nominate Rachel Meeks.
I'm second. I'm third it. Shut up. Do you accept the nomination? Okay.
Nominate Cody Antheball.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
It's got to show up.
I'll second.
Do you accept the nomination, Cody? Why not?
It's not as a yes, right?
All right. He signed himself up.
Okay. Is it?
I like that response.
Nom.
He's honest. He's honest.
Yep. Ryan?
I'll nominate Steelers.
Vasilius, I heard a second. Vasilius, do you accept the nomination?
I respectfully decline. Thank you, but
Cesar?
I nominate Kenji.
Second. Sure.
Okay.
So many declines.
We'll have 4 people now.
I'll nominate Brandon Collins. Second.
Accept.
And Brandon accepts.
So we're up to 5, right? So we have Justin Rose, Rachel Meeks, Razvan Grigoscu, Cody Chantava, and Brandon Collins.
Got everybody?
Yep. We got 5.
I'll call for a second round of, call for nominations a second time. Suhi? Okay. And I will call for the third time of nominations for the position of Director at Large. Okay, we will close nominations. So at this point, we have 3x5 cards. Everybody gets 2 cards, and you get to vote for 2 individuals. So, who wants to assist me in handing out cards?
Here, I'll pass out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do I need to be careful about ballots?
Okay, just a second.
Yes. Can you take the 5 names?
Go ahead, Suhi.
So you can sort out the candidates. That's what we want to do.
We could nominate 2 cards.
You guys?
Yep, perfect. Let's get the cards handed out, and then each of them will give a
Speech.
version of why they should be your director at large.
I know what my voting criteria is. That's my voting criteria. You have my vote if you say you can make it.
Richard, I ran out. I ran out.
Ruh-roh.
Do we need more?
Yes.
You have to.
Okay, so everybody who's been nominated, come up to the front, please.
I have no idea. It doesn't look like it.
Hold on,
Do we?
Facebook, Instagram. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
You haven't been. I gave you one for Jacob. Oh, okay. You're nominated. He was supposed to nominate me for secretary. He forgot.
I will get in there.
Anyone else need pens?
I wanted to ask everyone right here.
No.
Right now. All right. Because it's a very important position.
Speech.
It's just that name on the can't see it. So I would just kindly ask you guys to listen to that. No, the color is like white popularity. Can be used for any purpose.
There you go.
Okay, Roz, I'm going to have you start off.
I'm Roz.
Now go.
I guess I do a whole bunch of games, all different types of levels. I'll gladly I'm very approachable, so I would gladly kind of dedicate my time to help make the organization better in any way I can.
Good evening, guys. My name is Justin Rose. Many of you who have never met me before, I just moved from Southern California to start my career here in Washington. And back in Southern California, I was a member at large in the previous association, and I was very successful in that role. Many of you guys who have met me know that I, as Roz, am pretty approachable, and I have no problem talking about things the way I see it. So I'm very excited to hear your opinions about stuff, especially what's concerning you and what's bothering you, and what you'd like to see change. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, I'm Brandon Collins. I do a lot of games for the organization. I've seen a lot of you out on the field. I'm really good at listening to hear what kind of thoughts and opinions that people have and be able to demonstrate that to the board.
Hello, I'm Cody. Most of you I've worked with, some of you I don't know. Hope I get the pleasure to do work with you this year. And I would like to say, I think this position for me would be a good point of growth. And I like growing, watching all you guys rep, and being able to grow with you guys. And that's my main goal. If I was voted on, I would like to grow with you guys too. Aspire to be great.
Chant the Bomb 2024! Woo!
I'm Cody Chanfong. It's okay if you can't pronounce my last name. All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Meeks. I'd love to be considered for this position. I have attended all the board meetings already this year. Not that that's like super important, but I'd love to continue to attend the board meetings and have a voting position. As an assigner, I'd love to communicate with my referees. I'm sure you've all got a text from me to cover your games. I also would like to be a point for referees to come to me and ask questions as an assigner or as a position on the board. Yeah, thank you for your consideration.
Trying to garner sympathy.
Please vote for me.
Okay, does everybody have 2 cards?
There's more cards or 2 halves. Or 2 halves. There's
Can I
more
get one,
cards.
please?
You can do 2 halves, you can do 2 full, just as long as you have 2 pieces of paper.
Anybody else need?
I'm gonna put Rip it in half and say Cody on one and Chantamong on the other. There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, that means it counts for 2, right?
Right? Right?
Yes, you can vote for yourself. That's allowed.
Okay, Jeremy and Jonathan is going to take care of tallying the votes. So once you have your votes, if you're comfortable with, why don't we just pass them all to the center, and that way they can be collected quickly.
Where's Jeremy?
Your votes, sir.
Oh. Yep. I'm collecting ballots. All right. You have pen? All right. Anybody want to hand in ballots? Thank you.
We were like, scribbling name. I'll put that on the record.
No, 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 no.
I have it, Sean. Sean, you're doing
I am.
And I don't have a pen on
Wish you the best, guys. Wish you the best.
Look at all these.
Anyone else have votes?
Is this the one I use? Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
That's something you should do, Bruce.
It's going to take a while.
I think Bruce would like that idea.
Okay, as the votes are counted, we're going to keep moving along because I know we don't want to be here all that long.
They're empty.
If you want pizza, grab it quickly. Bruce, let's do a couple more door prizes.
All right. Let's go. So good.
Okay, who's calling the number off?
007. 007.
Yes.
007. Going once.
It's got James Bond.
Going twice.
Okay, they must have left already. They're not here.
0, 2, 3.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gone.
I got a present for Wayne. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Dom, that is your prize, the water.
Let's do another one, Bruce. Let's do another one.
Another one?
Yep.
No.
I think you guys will listen. Zero, 5, 6.
5, 6.
0, 5, 6.
0, 5, 6.
56.
Who is it?
Is that yours, Kristen?
Yeah, 5, 6.
Yay!
So Bruce, we were able to hand out coins tonight too.
Yeah, I already did. Yeah.
Perfect. So
anyone not get a point?
We want to thank everybody, for officiating for NSO, and you'll be able to take your coins out this weekend. There's plenty of open games. We're still looking for officials, and so that way you can break it in on one of your games. Next, we want to recognize individuals that the board sorted through and felt should be recognized by the organization. So, this is my problem. Okay, perfect. Okay, so first we want to recognize the individuals who mentored the most referees for the organization. Paul, I didn't see, he isn't here this evening, but then Suhi is with 40 referees that he mentored this year. I didn't do certificates. We didn't get certificates made for you. Sorry, Suhi.
I'll make it. Okay, I'll make it.
Each individual tonight that is recognized through these awards also gets a $50, I'll say certificate. But we don't call it a certificate because, we give each person $50. It's actually a little more than $50 for those of you who do get it. So that way we can cover your taxes that you'll be taxed on that $50 amount. So we didn't want to give $50 and then have the IRS take $3 of the dollars and be like, I got you for $3. Okay? So Ryan does a nice job of prorating that for you. Okay, so next is our rookie awards. The board went through all the names of individuals who were rookies this last year, looked at their contributions to officiating, how quick they're picking up on it, and excelling as an official. And with that, we would like to recognize, and as I call your name, you need to come up, Peyton Lewis. Okay, Zawina, I'm going to massacre your last name if Zawina would come up. You guys stay up here till the whole. Ariel Thornton. And Noelle Thornton. I particularly want to recognize these three female officials. As we have watched our ranks within the organization, and if you look around this room, it's pretty male. And we need to do a better job of recruiting more females and creating an environment in which they can excel at this profession. And so anything that any of us can do in regards to recruiting more female referees, I think it's always great that when we have female teams playing, that we actually get to have female referees on their games, and so those players can be looking up to those individuals as role models. And so we wanted to recognize these three officials particularly because of the amount of games and the quality of officiating that you provide in SO. Thank you, guys. Okay, so next is then, you'll catch on to this real quickly. We do award recognition for the youth, and we also do it for adults within the organization. So since we did the youth rookie, we'll now do the adult rookie of the year. So again, this is somebody who has become an official in the last year. They seem to be picking up games, promoting, officiating within the ranks of the referees themselves, as well as the other connections they have within the community. And so with this, if we could have Jason Lewis and Monica Hernandez come up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Are you going to get a picture real quick?
Picture time, picture
We gotta
time.
get a picture real quick.
Picture time.
Okay, you gotta look at that camera next.
The pink case.
And Jason,
Thank you. Thanks, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit earlier, and Nicholas asked the question about what's the median amount of games in which officials officiate in a year. We're now going to look at those individuals that referee the most games in a year.
It's not going to be me.
You took a little bit of a break this year, Caesar?
Giving everyone else a chance.
Well-deserved break. Well-deserved.
So I'm going to we're going to show you the top three because I think it's always neat to see the individuals who do provide a lot of coverage for games. But really the top one on each of these areas is the ones who will get a certificate and the $50 bonus. We'll call it a bonus. Okay, so for those of you who are on this list, you need to stand up. And for those of you who are at the top of your list, you got to come to the front. Okay, without further ado. So Jesus came in first place for male at 393 games.
Yikes.
Micah Hernandez had 195. Dominique came in at 187 for male. For female, you gotta stay up there, yeah. For female, Morgan Storrs came in at 277 games for females. Diana Herta came in second for 180 games. And then finally, we had Mallory Morris at 115.
He's got the Hamadi shirt on. All right.
Okay, so next we'll go through the same thing for our adults. So female, Marley. Marley came in at 224. Angie came in at 200, and Natalie Morris came in at 100. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you gotta represent.
There you go.
Like that? That's right. In honor.
For adults, it was Ben Hamadi at 460. Chris came in at 422. And then Cesar. Where's Cesar? Did Cesar stand up? Yep. Cesar came in at 345.
Richard, that's good. I needed a break.
Pardon?
I needed a break.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have two clear winners?
Yes. No recounts.
What's the next one? Okay, let's pause for a second and let's do 2 more door prizes.
Me or Nicholas?
063.
Oh. Okay,
063.
Maybe it's
Okay, one more.
I get your principle.
Holding out for you, Colin.
001.
Okay, one more, Bruce. Bruce, one more. Bruce, one more. One more.
Zero, 29. 029.
Okay, next, our next award is the Adult Referee of the Year. Again, male and female. Okay? So the board in this is looking at individuals who they feel that a lot of officials would look up to in regards to their officiating, contributes to the organization, and is just one of our great colleagues out here on the pitch. So with that, our winners are Marley.
Well done.
Okay, the last recognition for this evening is the Youth Referee of the Year. So the Youth Referee of the Year is a bigger program than just within Northwest Soccer officials. The board actually reached out to several referees within our association that are youth and asked them to complete a nomination form to be able to be evaluated by the board, and then the board went through those applications and selected both a male and a female. Now, it doesn't end there, okay? Because Washington State also has a Young Referee of the Year award as well. And so we will be forwarding our nominations that we've gathered for all of the ones that apply to the state to be evaluated as the state Young Referee of the Year, okay? And it doesn't end there, because whoever the state selects then gets nominated to the region. And Washington State's female Young Referee of the Year last year actually won the region. That's Ingrid Yan, for any of you that know Ingrid. So she actually became the regional referee of the year. And we've had several other referees in the past. And so this award's not just about your officiating, it's also about your activities in regards to how you promote. Pardon?
It doesn't end there.
It doesn't end, oh, that's true.
Nationals.
That's true. And then from the region, it then goes to nationals for a Young Referee of the Year to be selected by the nationals. And we've had some of those from Washington. Yeah, thank you, Wayne. So it's not only just about your officiating on the field or how many games you've officiated, but also the activities that you're involved in. Our youth referees aren't just officials. A lot of them are also players. They also excel in their academia, and they also spend a lot of time volunteering in community activities. And so that's really the whole package that we looked at here in regards to our 2 winners this evening. And so with that, our young referee of the year is Jesus.
There he is.
The goats. The goats.
Lean back, Jeremy.
And so with that, I just want to congratulate all those that were individually recognized this evening. Maybe some of you in the room will aspire to receive some of these recognitions next year, especially top game count. We really like the people going for the top game count. Okay, but please, again, we just want to recognize a few individuals. But as I said earlier, all of you are important to the success of this organization. So with that, we do have to provide the results of our election for our director at large. And Jonathan, are you going to announce our winners?
Oh, do you want me to say who got the least amount of votes?
No.
All
So
right.
the least amount of votes, again, I'll remind everyone, they serve a 1-year term. And then,
It would have been funny.
We're just going to go with the top 2. And then the person with the most votes will get to serve a 2-year term. So, with that, new ground rules, Jonathan.
All right. Man. All right, so serving a 1-year term as director at large will be Justin Rose with 33 votes. Congratulations. All right, and in first place, serving a 2-year term as director at large, Rachel Meeks.
Thank you, Jonathan and Jeremy, for sifting through those votes. Okay, next, if you want to hit, we open it up for any items that the membership at large would like to bring up. Yes.
How did the non-referee stakeholders feel about the direction of NSO? So you presumably get a lot of the complaints or the compliments, or you know what the directors of the clubs are thinking. What do they think about the direction we're going and how we're handling things and our systemic?
Yeah. So, I'm going to hit on some of the assigners because I think that's probably voices that you're asking about. I know that many of you in this room just spent this last weekend doing Northwest Conference National League games. And on my way here, Ray called me. Ray's the director of that tournament and wanted me to make sure that I thanked all of the officials for the fantastic job that they did. They got you were complimented in regards to the level of officiating, and you were told, and what was said was that we are better than the referees that when they go to Utah and Arizona and maybe some other states were mentioned. So that's part of definitely some of the feedback I've gotten. Let's see, Ryan, is there anything that you want to?
For the non-stakeholders?
Yeah.
Or non-referees? Yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of clubs and like, yeah, I know a lot of newer clubs inside one of their clients this year, and they're like, I can't tell you how thankful I am to see a lot of young referees out here doing a great job. Like they actually want me, they want me to push the limits. Like we have our rules with U.S. Soccer around the age and assigning, levels of games and stuff for age appropriate. And they're like, we want to see more of these kids out here. It's just been great, and I don't get any complaints clear, like, we're not stressed about not having a group. And so, like, a lot of times when we travel around the state, I know as a parent, like, I'm driving out to Spokane, or I'm heading down south, like, there's a lot of times, you know, sometimes it's not a full group, like, maybe we're missing an AR, or sometimes missing 2 ARs, and we're like, I don't even worry about it when I go to our sites in the Puget Sound area, which is a testament, we do a lot of games in the Puget Sound area here. So, everyone's always very happy with us.
And Nicholas, I would go back to the graphs that we had earlier. I think based on what this organization has put together as a product, it has attracted clubs, so non-referees to want to utilize the services. So it is, as you said, we do get some complaints, but most complaints are, you know, a referee may have messed something up. But I think because we handle it professionally, I think referees continue to be involved because maybe they didn't know that they weren't supposed to do whatever it was that they're upset about. And I think NSO has a great relationship with our club. So when we have problems with spectators or we have problems with coaches, we work with those clubs in partnership to help correct that behavior. So that way it's a positive experience for everybody involved on the pitch.
Your daughter has
Pardon? Yeah. Yeah.
So at the PAC Northwest Winter Classic this year, we only got to do the first weekend, but we actually had the PAC people come up to us and say that they had parents coming in to talk to them. And for the first time, it wasn't complaints. They didn't have any complaints. They had parents going out of their way to find the clubhouse to tell us that they were happy with the officiating at the tournament and that they were really impressed with the referees being on time to games, having full crews, and just having good officials on their games. So.
Anything else from? Bruce, I think we have a couple more prizes. Okay, we're on speed round. Speed round, clean up and get out of here.
So chairs stay there.
009. 009.
Yay.
008.
Next one. They already got that one. Yeah. 6, 7, and 8, man.
Is that the last one, Bruce?
2 more.
Let's go.
Last 2.
Zero 5-3.
Yay.
Last one. 057.
Yay, Connor. Good for him.
Okay.
Move to adjourn.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I hope that this was time worth spent. I appreciate that all that you do for Northwest soccer officials. Did you want?
We just get all the new board members now up front, so everyone recognizes.
Okay, all the board members, all the new board members up to the front.
Sort of new.
I guess, yeah, recently reelected.
All right.
What's up? Come here. Come here.
I'm gonna do that right
there. We're going right here. We're going right here. My man. My man. Yeah. Welcome to the board.
Yay. Okay, so this is your board. Please reach out to them. If you have questions, comments, concerns, ideas about what we as an organization can do to better serve you as our membership, please touch base with them so they can work with the rest of the board to advocate.
Brandon, can you get a picture of all of us and Richard up here together? And Elmer.
I didn't bring my
Yeah, Elmer.
Get up here, Ryan.
All right. Ryan.
Okay, closer together. This is the gym moment.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta do the gym moment.
Take 20 pictures. Take 20
Like we
pictures.
get along, guys.
Yeah, you get to
Maybe
kneel.
get in a little closer. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Like a starting 11 picture.
Starting 11.
Yep, class of 95.
We're the seven back here.
Got everybody? Do 20 pictures.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, Jim,
Okay,
Move to adjourn.
thank you everyone
Second.
for coming tonight.
Second.
We do need to be out of this room by 5 till 9 o'clock. Anything you can do to pick up anything that you had.
7
and
minutes.
Put into the garbage. Anybody who wants some pizza, feel free to take some pizza. Lots of pizza. Thank you everyone for coming tonight.
Thank you.